Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Recha, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing off this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chnak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Recha, Quadash, Shalom. Shalom to the Lord's elect, okay? I'm going to try this again, all right? I'm going to try this again. I'm doing the video again, Lord's will. It comes out, you know, Satan moving, you know, and stop the video. All right, probably did the video maybe, you know, close, about 25 minutes. It wasn't a long video. And only recorded like 34 seconds. So it's like the second time it happened within like the last week or so. You know, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The word is still gonna go out. Satan is still falling. The prince of the power of the air, he's on his. This is all that he can do. All he can do is just be petty. Okay, but remember, Yahweh Shai, he conquered all those demons. All right, let me just make sure that the audio is working, man. You know. So basically, I was going into how things are heating up. Okay, as far, I mean, prophecy just in general, but especially as it pertains to World War III. All right, so the things, the war out there with Iran is heating up. The war with Russia is heating up, pertaining to Ukraine. There's talks of strategic, tactical, limited nuclear weapons that can be used. That's going to change the dynamic of the whole world. Okay, we're going to go into remember, the elites want to crash the old system. They want to bring in a new system. So the devil's coming down unto you. Give me a second. The devil is coming down unto you with great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. This is the season that we're in right now. The devil coming down. Okay, so things are heating up. All right, I see why they got shit blocked off. They did some shit. No worries, Salakia. That's why it kept having me reroute, because they blocked it off today. Okay. Let me go to Revelation. Let me just go into the scripture, okay? Let me go into the scripture. All right, I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna name this video, but it's, you know, the war, the hot war that America is in, and as well as you got to watch out for false flags, man. Okay, you got to watch out for false flags, which all these things are going to be done to basically introduce you and initiate you into this new system of control that's going to be governed by technology, by you placing an RFID microchip inside you. That's ultimately that's Endgame right there. Okay, and this is all part of the plan to crash these world economies. Okay, to bring in shortages, to bring in a culling. Revelation 11, and it's coming quick. Revelation 11 and 14. It says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." What is that third woe? It's talking about World War III. Okay, and World War III we're in World War III. To the point to where you're going to see attacks in America. Right now in Iran and Russia. Remember, Russia is a major superpower. A nuclear power. Russia has more nuclear missiles than America. All right, and they're striking deep. Ukraine, which is a proxy of America, they're striking deep. Within Russian territory, literally in Moscow. Just imagine, okay, drones and ballistic missiles. You know, America doesn't have any missile defense. Okay, but drones and missiles firing off. Okay, firing off in with Washington, D.C. Give me a second. I think you can get over right there. Bear with me, okay? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine missiles in all your major cities? Okay, people scared because they don't know if they're going to get hit with a drone attack. Okay? Meanwhile, conscription is back, which is the draft. So you have to consider, see, the American people are going to get a rude awakening. Okay? The third woe, the woe meaning war. The second woe is past, Second World War. I believe that was like 70 years ago, 70, almost 80 years ago. All right, and the third woe cometh quickly. So, and it's speeding up. And all you have these YouTubers and geopolitical analysts. Okay, people driving crazy. Geopolitical analysts. Okay, war critics, retired military that have platforms where they speak about the war and give their insight to what's happening, what's going on, and they're trying to make sense of these different things. People mad at Trump because he's a madman. Okay, he's irrational. They don't understand why America just get out of those lands and just chill out, because this is the will of the Lord. Okay, I brought it. Let me bring it out. I brought it out in the last lesson that it didn't take, but no worries. Let me bring it back again. Jeremiah 51. It goes into how the nations are what is it, mad? Give me a second. Yeah, mad meaning they're madmen. Okay, the nations are mad. They're upset. Okay, they cannot perceive why this is happening. Okay, or I'm sorry. When you go into that definition, it says to act. We'll go into that definition. Excuse me. I'm all over the place right now. I'm trying to maneuver why it's raining and people driving all crazy. So excuse me. Let me just go into. Let me read the scripture. I want to read verse. Let me read verse 6 first. Yes. Let me read verse 6. Okay, this is Jeremiah 51 and 6. It says, "Flee ye out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity." We're fleeing first spiritually, like it tells us in Micah that this is not our rest. It is polluted. Okay, this is part of our testimony. Okay, bear with me. This is part of our testimony. Speaking to the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, which makes us a prey. And believe you, Esau, he's gonna pull out the Hebrew Israelite card, because everything that we're saying is true. People are gonna start to listen and tune in. Doesn't mean they're part of the elect. But they're going to start to tune in because we're going to be the only ones that's going to make sense. And what are they going to hear? Could you imagine what the ancient Egyptians were hearing about the different plagues? And then those plagues came through. The Most High came through on his promises. Okay? The Most High came through on his promises and messed their ass up to the point to where they wanted the children of Israel just leave. Because it was like, you're a curse unto Egypt. Okay, it's got flooding and all that, man. I guess it was like a quick little storm came through and dumped a whole bunch of water. So you're seeing accidents, and there's like, because Esau's infrastructure all fucked up. Look at these people, man. Just can't. You're just gonna keep driving. These people are just super demonic. Bear with me. They're just super demonic. They're under a spell. Okay, a demonic spell. That's why they be getting all fucked up. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for it is a time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, this is all a payback. Again, they're trying to make sense of, why is this happening? Why is Trump, why is America over there in war? The nation, they're not going to use nuclear missiles, man. That's just a fear tactic. No. They're going to use them. They were created to be used. That is the waster. The Lord said he created the waster to destroy. That's the waster. He created the smith that blow up in the coals. That's your scientist that the Most High gave technology to be able to tap into, splitting of the atom. Okay, rocket propulsion. All the physics and chemistry and that's involved in that that shit is crazy. That's spiritual power on the left-hand side. But it was all a tool to take their asses out. Okay? And this thing is heating up. All right, Iran does not want peace. They want war. They understand that the Most High got a spirit on Iran. And Russia, we know Russia, the chief prince is going to back up Persia via the scriptures. All right, the war of Gog. Okay? The war of Armageddon. This is the war of Armageddon. And people still don't know what that means. And neither do they put America in that picture. You have certain individuals say, okay, yeah, we're going to go to war. It's going to be the war of Magog or whatever, Gog and Magog, which they don't understand that. And then, these nations are going to fight it out. And then, there's going to be, a shift in power from the west to the east. So you're going to have multipolar, meaning there's going to be more than one leader during this transition point. And, Russia and China, the BRICS are going to be in power. And America is still going to be here. But it's not going to be like, it's still going to be important, but it's not going to be as important. No. No. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. At best, they're guessing to what getting ready to happen because they don't know. Okay, for us, this is not a guess. We're letting you know what happened before it happens. Then shalt thou know that there has been a prophet among you. The Most High set us up, all right, to, pretty much let you know what's getting ready to happen. Now, you don't have to accept it. That doesn't matter. That's not you believing is not a prerequisite. Nevertheless, you're getting ready to see a lot of crazy stuff from what our apostles, our bishops, the elders, okay, we came into their labors as well, what we've been saying for years, decades. The apostles, elder Tahar, over 40 years, man. The other apostles pushing 40, 35, going on 40 years. The same message. America's going to be destroyed. Russia, war with Russia. This is what's going on, and it's heating up. So expect grid down scenarios, attack on critical infrastructure, attack on your digital infrastructure, okay? Famines, blockades, okay? More choke points, okay? Economic choke points. Okay, you have the Strait of Al Mandib, Bab Mandib, if I'm pronouncing that right or wrong, whatever it may be. But it's west to the Strait of Hormuz. It's another global choke point that accounts for close to 10%. Close. But between the Strait of Hormuz and that strait, 25% of the flow of traffic has been cut off, man. So this is going to starve a lot of African nations, a lot of Asian nations, which is going to force them into the war. If somebody in the ancient world, what they will do is they'll lay a siege on you and wouldn't allow anything to come in or anything to go out and weaken you, and then come in and take your ass down. What is a nation? What are they forced to do? Well, they're forced to mount up their army and fight you. because there's not a lot of time left. There's not a lot of resources in order to actually, fight you. Okay, so this is essentially, what's happening. Okay, there's not a lot of resources. It's a fight over resources. It's a fight over power. And ultimately, the Lord He's mingled that spirit of division. I read that in the lesson that got deleted, but I went into Isaiah, the 19th chapter, 19:2, how the Lord will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. They're going to fight each other. Okay, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. Okay, America has fucked up everybody. They went around with the sword, with their philosophy. Okay, and it's not talking about Christianity. Okay, they went around with their democracy, and you see democracy all throughout, which that democracy comes with lewdness. All right, it comes with sodomy. They exported wickedness under the banner of prosperity, under the banner of this is God's way. Right? It says the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So I went into that word mad. Halal. Bear with me. And you come down and it says to act madly. Act like a madman. So basically the nations are going to act irrational. Okay, cooler heads are not going to prevail. Okay, it's going to be the moves that are going to be made. Okay, they're going to be irrational moves, even to the point to where Esau, he's not going to be able to control it. Okay, you do have the wicked elite that have a lot of influence over these world leaders. Okay, nevertheless, Esau's not in control. Things are going to get out of control. You cannot control war. War is a spirit. There's a spirit out there that the Most High put on these other nations, all for his purpose. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Meaning the Most High is in control. So this is what's going to take a lot of people by surprise, is that Yahweh Bashemal Shai is in control. You're not in control. Okay? And things are going to get dramatically, quickly out of hand. Okay? To the point to where the elites, they're going to run in their bunkers. All right? And everything that we've been saying. Okay, Isaiah 4:1, that's going to come to pass. These things, you got to understand, this is Endgame. America going into Persia, that's an Endgame move. In their mind, that's a checkmate. Okay, you got people talking about, when the history books are written, 20 years from now, they're going to look at ain't no motherfucking 20 years, man. No motherfucking 20 years. This place is done. Okay, the Most High is getting ready to take Babylon the Great out. He's getting ready to take these demons out, man. You Egyptians. I'm gonna end it off on Zechariah, man. He getting ready to burn you. All right. So to the elect. All right. You got to watch out for these false flags. Always know that ultimately, no matter what is going on, Esau, Edom, he's going to be offering you that RFID microchip, man. Throughout everything that's going on, the RFID microchip is going to be offered unto you. Okay, to hell with any of the so-called Hebrew Israelite camps or whatever they, to hell what they got to say. All right, they don't know what the hell is going on. The mark of the beast is not spiritual. It's going to be a physical. It's going to be a physical thing that you're going to do. Okay, to basically say that you want to be with Esau forever. You trust him. But let me get this scripture. Okay. Zechariah 13:8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, which this is not the scripture I wanted, but this is good. I was thinking about the other scripture in Zechariah. Okay, we'll get that. But the third part, or the third shall be left therein. The third is speaking about the 1/3. So within all this shit that's getting ready to go down, remember the scriptures speak about famines. The Lord is going to save, all right, Jake from famine. The Israelites, the elect of the nation is the Lord going to save the elect of the nation Israel from famine. You're going to have a lot of our people that they're going to get spooked, man. They're going to get spooked. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be afraid. And who are they going to go down to? They're going to go down to Egypt, man. They're going to go down to the Pharaoh and say, Pharaoh, protect me. Pharaoh, save me. Okay? And what's going to happen? They're going to, well, it tells you in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, those that consent shall be had in derision. Okay, so they're going to consent, and Esau's going to say, oh, well, if you want to be saved, right, you're going to have to take this RFID microchip, and Jake is going to do it, man. And they still going to lose. And they're going to make it in their mind, whatever excuse may be. You know, you already got people that are critics of the Most High, like the elder Monatazat. He always does those videos from TikTok, and he got God critics, where people are, you know, blaming the Most High and saying F the Most High. So what happens when the prophecies start coming to pass? Like, what are these people are going to be acting irrational, man? There's getting ready to be a lot of fear in the land. Okay, and the Most High is going to humble these. A lot of these women are not going to make it. The Most High is going to destroy their ass. Okay? And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and that's what's happening to the elect now. And will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. So the name is important. If you don't have the name, you're out of there. It's not Most High bless Christ. And you're going to have these rinky-dink Israelites that's going to be in that spirit, and we're going to see them be destroyed. And I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God, or the Lord is my power. Yahweh is my power. Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay, what is that? Zechariah, is it 5? What is that scripture? Give me a second. Zechariah 14. There we go. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this is ultimately what this war is going to end up. This is what this war is going to do to our enemies. The Lord is doing all this really to judge those that fought against us. It's going to go into it. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Okay, who's Jerusalem? Jerusalem is a people before, is a place, the Israelites. So everything that's going on, all these world events, everything is culminating to the war to end all wars, and ultimately Yahweh Shai coming back, realm against realm. Okay, nuclear missiles flying off, destroying the whole land of America, which is Babylon the Great, the changing of the guard. Okay, this is all being done for the Israelites. Okay, starting with the elect. This is it. The script at camp today, the brothers open up in Romans 13:11. That now that it's high time to wake out of sleep, for thy salvation is nearer than when you believed. Okay, we're closer than what people believe. Even closer than we believed. These are going to move quick. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What type of technology can do that, man? And they show you that, a glimpse into Terminator 2 with Sarah Connor. And I might actually rewatch the Terminators, man. Okay, because Apostle Ryan sent me something about Sarah Connor. Basically, they put her in a psych ward because she was damaging or vandalizing data centers. So I got to go back. I got to watch that movie again. And this is what these elites do, is all a predictive program or preemptive programming. Like David Icke from the UK says, preemptive program. They show you these things through their media, their medium, okay, through their enchantments. They tell you they're going to do something before they do it. It's all about sleight of hand. It's all about psychological operation. They're very wise. They're very cunning. But the Most High has given us a defense, which is this faith. The faith is what's going to ground us in these times, because the time that we're coming into is like a time of like no other. Okay, even to the point to where the Lord is going to have to send the angels to come and stand and fight for us. Okay, so pretty much, man, this war is going to turn nuclear. And it's not going to turn nuclear. Now, could there be some strategic tactical nuclear weapons being shot? Yes. But it's not going to turn fully nuclear until they push the RFID microchip, man. So keep your eyes on the swivel. All right, watch out for false flags as well. And we're at the point where shit can go down at any moment. So until next time, shalom to the elect.